Welcome. Here is a rundown of war in Ukraine. Kyiv without electricity and water after explosions. The entire Kyiv region was without electricity today after Russian airstrikes targeted critical infrastructure, said Alexei Kuleba, head of the regional military administration. Kyiv Mayor Vitaly Klitschko also reported on the Telegram messaging app that the water supply had been cut off. It comes after we reported large parts of Ukraine were issued with an air raid alert today. A number of units were shut down at the Pivdennoukrainsk nuclear power plant in southern Ukraine earlier because of a loss of power during Russian airstrikes across the country, Ukraine's nuclear energy firm Energoatom said. An Energoatom spokesperson said, "Everything is fine with the station, there is nowhere to generate electricity." Meanwhile, a local official said units were also not operating at the Khmelnytsky nuclear power plant in western Ukraine. Stopping the units, there is no electricity, water, possibly heat, Oleksandr Saprunyuk, the mayor of the city of Netyshin, which is near the plant, has said. EU declares Russia a state sponsor of terrorism. The European Parliament has designated Russia a state sponsor of terrorism. The move, which is largely symbolic, is based on Moscow's military strikes on civilian targets such as energy infrastructure, hospitals, schools, and shelters. There is no legal framework in place to back up the measure, but the EU has already imposed strict sanctions on Russia. In response, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said he welcomed the decision and called for Russia to be isolated at all levels. The EU does not have a centralized list of state sponsors of terrorism, and there would be no particular legal consequences. Foreign policy still remains under the control of the EU's member states. And G7 looking to cap price on Russian seaborne oil at maximum of $70 per barrel. G7 nations are looking at a price cap on Russian seaborne oil in the range of $65 to $70 per barrel, a European Union diplomat said on Wednesday. Ambassadors from the 27 countries in the EU are discussing the proposal with the aim of reaching a common position by the end of the day. The G7, including the United States, the EU and Australia, are slated to implement the price cap on seaborne exports of Russian oil on December 5.